Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
So my producer's making me watch this again, but to me, it just, man, this thing gets funnier and funnier every time I see it. Let's hit the play button.
I saw someone say Alex Pereira is the #1 combat sports athlete, but it's hard to put him above Henry when he's won
That's
the
nice,
Olympic
Sean.
gold.
I'll give you a little heart.
And two-time
However,
world champ.
Pereira, when he's fighting in glory, he's fighting elite professionals.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Henry is wrestling amateurs.
Joe is high as hell. Look at him. Look at him trying to think. Look at his eyes. That's absolutely ridiculous. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Fight Feedback, where I'm going to be breaking down the 2022 Fighter of the Year, Alexander Potan Pereira. Guys, this episode is brought to you by the one and only Fruve, with 15 servings of fruits and veggies in every bottle. This drink is so healthy, it's in the damn pharmacy section. Go to your local Fry's or Kroger's and go get yourself some. Alex Pereira is the 2022 Fighter of the Year. I mean, guys, there's only been one fighter who has done it faster than him to the title, and his name is Brock Lesnar, the WWE superstar. This guy, within 4 fights, he was able to claim the middleweight championship of the world. What makes this guy special, and what are his deficiencies? And does he match up with the greatest combat athlete of all time? Anyhow, enough talk. Let's take it to the big screen. So here we have it, Alex Pereira against Bruno Silva. This is this man's first fight of the year, UFC Apex, first fight on the main card. I just want to let you guys know, like, there's something about this guy. There's nobody at middleweight who's 6'4". Israel Adesanya, supposedly he's tied with Israel Adesanya at 6'4", but there's no way. This man is, if you watch him at wins, this dude is just super bigger than him here. Or either that, or he's not 6'4", he's probably 6'6". Look at this reach advantage. Let's hit the play button. Yep, high, low, finds. He loves those uppercuts. And look, and notice what's different too about Pereira. He's once he's at distance, he's gonna throw that knee. Boom. Diversifying your punches, which is important. Ba, ba, boom. There comes that right knee. Those are the investments that people forget about. You know. His hands are a little low in these positions, though. He's gonna have to be careful. Going to the body. Yep. You guys understand what I'm saying there? Like, you think he's going up top, and then boom, he finds that target right in there. So he has two. Canelo does that stuff too, but Canelo will literally hit you here, and he'll eventually come high. But bah, straight to the kidney. Start slowing people down. So you got a right knee, a left to the body. You see what I'm saying? He's peppering to the body, and he's peppering to the head. So he's constantly being a magician, but this man was probably smart enough now to be like, hey, his striking is getting too dangerous, and he's allowing me, this isn't kickboxing, I'm going straight for the takedown. He's getting inside, boom, waits for him to swing. Like, simple double leg that wasn't even really nothing special. He will go boom, hook, right hand back to hook, or I'm sorry, swing it over to an uppercut. But his lead hand is a tricky hand, because he's making you believe two things, here and here, with this hand. This is where he plays his cards. He's the magician here. Boom, yep. And that's what I love about Pereira. Is like, even if you do have your guard up, he's gonna find ways to kind of get through it. Like, he still knows. He's still pretty precise with this stuff. Back to the body, uppercuts. I love uppercuts. Anybody that ever shoots uppercuts, it's crazy. Boom. Yep. And again, the patience. Body, uppercut, right hand. Yep. Always invested in that body. That's something that you could appreciate, man, as a fighter. He's not just head hunting. Boom. Finds that body again. Now he's hooking to the body rather than stabbing it. Knee. Bah. Just diversing and stuff, but still, look at how close he still is. This man needs to go back to his takedown. Why are you staying there? Level change. Grab a hold of something. Oh, he's hurt now. Now this dude, now how is it that he's fighting when he's being pressed? This dude's just bringing the fight now. He's just saying, screw it. He's going backwards. Bah. Yep, caught him with that uppercut. But, you know, Alex Pereira, he's a soldier, man. It was something that he does have as a kickboxer is he's been able to do things pretty fast. And he's been able to kind of make his adaptation to the best of his ability is, I think, what I find special about him. He's literally splitting through the guard. Watch. As this dude covers up, he still sees. And this is actually where he broke Silva's nose, right here. Bam! He still had the ability to find that hole. You know, you guys give it another 15 more seconds and this dude's, you can't breathe, man. It's horrible. Like, he knows where he's at. Bah. I think the ability to find, back to that right knee. You guys understand what I'm saying? Hands, knees, surprise. Yo, hook. And these are all in the last 10 seconds. And this guy, it almost seems like he catches his second win. You know, it's third round, back to that knee again. He's hurting this dude. You know, it's almost like the more Alex is pushed, the better. It almost feels like he ends up getting that second charge is what makes Alex extremely dangerous. So here we have it. Sean Strickland against Pereira. Dude, Sean Strickland's not bad. He's pretty tall. The reach advantage, you know, 3-inch reach advantage, 6'4", obviously. I think this was a fight that was really going to demonstrate to a lot of people. First of all, I knew that this man was going to be able to kind of have his work with him. Why? Because this dude just strikes. He's going to strike against an elite striker. Let's hit the play button. Look, that jabbing, using those high lows with them already. But when I say he throws that kind of 1-2, boom, goes to the chest. Notice how he's already going to the chest. He's already using that. It's what I call that poker jab. He's using this hand to really set things up. Look, to the chest. You guys just keep that in mind. Making him think chest. Making him think chest. Boom. Nice calf kick. Yep. Now to the body. Now he's going low again. But it's all done with the jab hand. He's just poking. Nothing crazy. He's just poking. Here he saw Strickland's hand come down. Boom. To eventually find that you start giving that same motion. So now he's thinking here. And then watch how he sets that up and actually catches him on the chin. But it's all because he invested in those small little motions. We're literally, 2.5 minutes in of the first round. Bah! Came in walking. I says, all right, man, I got heavy hands. I'm firing your chin. Beautiful right hand. This is what weakened him. It was this hook that weakened him. But it was really this right hand that pretty much finished him. Because he can almost still catch himself there. Look, he's a little cross-sided there. But it was that small little right hand that just threw him over the edge. With Pereira, you gotta play the distance game with him, and you have to wrestle him. Those are the things that I think to beat a strong guy like him, you just gotta take it there. Followed up with that right hand. I mean, you're talking about extreme power, dude. When you get power like that he has, it's a gift. Bah! He has the ability, which he's a strong guy. And with technique, man, that's a guy that has the ability of just a natural ability of just being strong. I mean, he's 6'4", he's a big kid. You teach him technique, he understands the art of the game. That's what equals Alex Pereira. Here you have it, none other than Israel Adesanya, 33, 35, 6'4". So apparently they're both 6'4". I don't see it. I think this dude's got at least a couple inches to an inch on him. Oh wow, Israel does have the reach advantage. Okay, it's crazy. Maybe he is 6'4". Let's hit the play button. Yeah, but look, this is the first thing that I'm looking with Israel. Ooh, caught him with that. Ooh, that right hand. Maybe that left hook might have been after the bell. Look, like he smoked it, put it in his eyes. Boom, to be able to catch him. Hit him right by the ear. Heard him. Israel saw. Bah! That was almost like, I don't know if that was before or after the belt, but that was close. And Israel did a signature hook. Hook here. Caught him with that right. Bah! Weakened him. Boom. Oof. Man, he needed that. He needed that. Look, you know, the fighting over to the fat lady sings, man. And I thought Potan did a really good job in that second round of winning it. You know, of literally pushing the pace with Israel. Boom, jab, stiff jab. This is where he has success the majority of the time, especially against Israel. Every time he had him backing or had him like a foot against the cage or 2 feet by the cage is when he was getting the best of him. Bah. Yeah. Yo, nice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like he's training with the guy like Glover Teixeira. And that's one thing that Israel wasn't expecting. Boom. Went straight for the takedown. Yeah, I see. He could have cut him sooner. But these are errors that I do believe that Alex could get better at. Going to the body. He had him hurt there. Yeah, see, that was a mistake by what he did. He had the right idea. Look, hit him to the body. Bah. Look at Israel's face kind of change. And then they went to the grappling position. I mean, Alex didn't know it, but he actually helped Israel. I remember he hurt him in that second to the body. And Israel was able to recover. But, I mean, this is one deficiency that I could see with a guy like Whitaker or a guy like, or even a guy like Paulo. Like, these guys will take the back. And they're not, you know what I mean? They're not going to allow you to get to this all-four position. I also think, like, because Israel wasn't accustomed to, like, grappling or wrestling at all, I also feel like that kind of got him in trouble a little bit. When you wrestle, when you literally start wrestling when you're fighting, that's what gets people tired. You know? Israel was winning the stand-up war. You know? This was unnecessary for him. You know, I think he should have just kept it on his feet. You know, again, against the cage, he's tired. And this is where this man has success. Boom, jab. Boom, oof, caught him with that left hook. Same thing. That's the end of the fourth. Bah! It was already there. The same shot that he caught Strickland with. It's just that Israel was able to take it a little longer. Again, going to the body, diversifying. That right hand. Boom. Yeah, making him think. Just making him think. Giving that motion once again. Boom. Right hand. Look, notice that check. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, Israel literally, he hurt his shin there. Because you buckle. He lost balance because of pain. Because he was like, oh, as it was coming back, you're like, dude, you can feel it. You don't want to plant on it. And right now, he's got to play that poker face. Bah, checked it. It was a little flimsy, but still, he still caught a bit of that knee. Especially with the guy that's gifted with the bone that this dude has. It doesn't look like that much, but you just have to hit like right behind that knee. Bah! And you'll feel it, man. This will turn this foot to go numb, and it's hard for you to find your stability. Now, what happens when you lose your foundation here of the legs, you start to compensate your hands. Boom, there goes that infamous right hand. Look, again, he's against the cage, and the reason why he's having success. Caught him with that Strickland hook, and he's going again. And now he's just having fun. Now he has him on skates. Oof, I was just waiting for that knee. I think Israel, it was the right stoppage. Because you know what, this dude, as we saw in his last fights, he throws those right knees. And if Israel was to catch one of those, he'd be out for the rest of the year. Because you're dipping down. It's that infamous hook. I think that's his greatest weapon. He's got that right hand, but it's really that hook because he'll set it up, he'll go to the body, he'll go to the body, he'll go to the body, and then boom, he'll go to the head. Uppercut, uppercut. Now he's thinking smart because now he's thinking like shorter punches when he got somebody hurt. Bah. So the techniques, the tactics, and the threshold. Where do I want to start with a guy like Alex Pereira? Again, this is a scoring system that I have. It can be anywhere between 10 to 1. You know, where would I like to start off with? You know, I wanna really start off with this guy. I'm gonna start off with here. I'm gonna start off with the threshold. Because there is one thing that he did surprise me with, is he was able to have a threshold, not just of cardiovascular to him, but of having the ability to boom, get hit and still be on his feet. And that's a gift, guys. Like, yeah, you don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, that I gotta give him that. You know, the wrestling did get him tired, and that's the only thing. That's the only reason why I probably can't give him a 10. But based on his threshold, I'm gonna have to give him, and his ability to be able to take a punch, I'm gonna have to give him a 9. You know, I think a 9 is fair. Techniques. I think with the techniques, I think there's a huge opportunity for this guy to continue to keep growing as a mixed martial artist. But I also see a lot of holes. But with a lot of those holes, there's opportunities to get better. His lack of defense when it comes to takedowns. You know, his ability to sometimes, you know, get taken down in super easy positions, or even try to go for takedowns. It just shows that this guy, like, there is a deficiency when it comes to the techniques. And right now I'm grading according to MMA. I'm not grading this guy according to striking. It's pure MMA. Because if it was pure just striking, dude, I'd have to give him a 10. You know, he's proven that. He's proven the fact that he's had the ability to hurt a lot of people and beat the best strikers in mixed martial arts. But if I had to really give him a number and technique overall for MMA, it's probably gonna have to be a 6.5 to a 7. But you know what? I'll be generous, dude. I'll give him a 7. Because I got to see takedowns from him. I got to see him fight now other elite guys like a Robert Whittaker, guys that could grapple Cannon here, guys that will really threaten him with the wrestling. But I think I'm going to give him a 7 because I still think he has those 3 points to get better to eventually make it into a 10. You know, Alex, I consider you a friend, a buddy. I know we've gone out together, so don't shoot me, don't hook me. But I also have to be fair with you. I have to be honest, not just with you, but with everybody watching this show. Because I am here to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, because that's what Triple C is, right? Now, on the tactics. I can see him getting into wars like he did with Bruno Silva. I can see that. I think if there's one area that I think is still a great area, it's probably gonna have to be his tactics. But I also saw him make that transition and bring that fight to Israel Adesanya in that 5th round. I think was what he just knew, that tactically I'm losing the fight. Tactically, I gotta bring the war to him in order for me to have the best opportunity of actually beating this man. So for the tactics, I saw the Bruno fight and I saw the Israel Adesanya fight, but you know what? I'd probably give him an 8 here. You know, just for the simple fact that when it came down to him knowing that he's losing the fight, he brought the fight. I don't want to give him a 7 for the tactics, even though, you know, I'll give him a 7 for the technique. But you know, so overall, can you add that up for me, Michael? I'm terrible at math.
24.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a 24 out of 30, and I don't give him 24 because he sucks. If anything, you know, he has 6 points to improve on. There's rooms of opportunity for Alex Potan, the 2022 Fighter of the Year, to actually get better. So for that reason, I'm going to have to give him 24 out of 30, and he's still the UFC champion of the world. There's an opportunity to get better, man. You can see it. You guys can hate me. You guys can be disgusted by it, but I'm here to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Guys, I hope you guys enjoy Fight Feedback. Special thanks to our sponsor, Fruve, with 15 servings of fruits and veggies in every bottle. I just want to thank everybody, all our sponsors. Triple C is out. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdown, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out.